Hey, you chickadees, I'm Lay Rooster, and you're in the hen house. We've got patch 67 coming in with the Mirror Universe coming in, and look at all the some evil Bajoran stuff going on. But let's check and look out. There's a lot of, seems like they're setting a new stage here with what's going on. I don't know what the Mirror Universe is going to entail as future arcs come out. But it looks like they're building on stuff. I'm wondering if we're seeing another Enterprise ship later down the road. But there's definitely, believe it or not, some new grind. But let's look at what we've got in here, and I'm curious what you think. Remember to like and subscribe and leave your favorite emote if you don't have anything better to say in the comments to help us out. Anyway, let's look in here and get down to it. So this is Mirror Universe Part 1. All right, I'm going to skip through some of the flavor text and everything because there is a good bit for us to look at. Just looking at what's in here. The new galaxy expansions and the Mirror Universe itself, so a whole new section of space for us. There's the Apex Barrier Modifier, which they hinted at and released sneak peeks yesterday, so we're looking at that. There's a new Mirror Tree research. There's new hostiles in the galaxy expansion. There's a new refinery, and there's some new officers. Of course, missions, some primes, some buffs, some cosmetics, more battle pass, a few things to spend on, believe it or not. And let's look at it. Now, quality of life improvements here. The improved officer filter. This has been something I know I've been asking for on streams all the time, and I'm sure others have too. So this one, props to Scopely on this one because, you know, it's about 5 years late, but other than that, it's great. I'm glad we have it. So now we can, you know, filter by, you know, it says warp range, warp speed, isolytic damage, cargo, and protected cargo. You can finally, you know, I finally don't have to scroll all the way to get to Stan when I'm trying to put them on there if I don't have them on a build. And all those original officers that are way down on the right side now as we get more and more officers. So I do like this. Let me know what you think about this. Is this helping you? All right. Then we go into the Mirror Universe. You can see a picture here of the Mirror Universe, and that's beneath Klingon space over there. Mirror this, mirror that. So it's going to be pretty easy to spot by the names. Again, this is for operations level 40 and above. That seems to be a trend. Seems to be things for 40 and above right now, lately with the Gorn, Eviscerator, and everything like that. So I'm sorry if you're not there yet. It seems like this is where they're setting the game for, so, and that's somewhat unfortunate. But if you're below that, we'll work out the kinks for you and redshirt it all the way, and then when 30s and 20s get up there, hopefully it'll be better for you. So let's see. Players can only travel to, through, and out of the universe by using these interphasic rifts, okay, and active ships, like so the Disco Jump, the Gorn Eviscerator, or the Borg Cube. No matter how much you paid for all those abilities, none of those will get you there. That's actually right. And they do note there is no protected cargo earned from mining or defeating hostiles. Nothing. So if you go boom, you lose it. So that means the old ways of blowing up on hostiles is not going to work. You're going to have to safely get this stuff out of there, which also increases the chance of PvP. Imagine that. All right. So accessing the Mirror Universe. For those eligible, which will be those 40 and above, you know, you're going to get there's entry rift systems that you can go into, these 3 different systems here. You get 300 Mirror Universe vouchers. You're going to get these, you're going to get 3 of these over a 3-day period. So you'll be able to go in once a day or what have you. In order to get deeper in there, you're going to have to, use rarity, correct rarity specific minor rift keys. So you're going to earn some other keys to go further into the space. So you'll have to be getting that. All right, rift keys. There are 3 rarities of rift keys. So common, uncommon, and premium. And of course, premium lets you skip even further in there. And it'll probably cost premium. All right, fight new Terran hostiles and loot or mine the Trellium mines for Trellium A and Trellium D. But then to get out of the Mirror Universe, you have to use an extract rift. So you had to do an entrance rift to get in. Now you have to find an extraction rift so you can get out. And it's only in some of the systems, so you can only recall or extract at that point by going there, which does mean you basically have to go into a gate. Rev was talking about, some of the Eve and Eve Echo kind of gate camping stuff. So that's a potential, and I sure bet there'll be events where you have to dock this stuff. So the people who can steal it and camp you at the gate, that's going to be a thing depending on your server and the way that works and whatever your row is. I am curious, so let me know down below in the comments how that's phasing out so far, just in the beginning for you. So that's the only way you're going to leave the mirror universe. They did say that when the chests that you're going to get from killing the hostiles, those will still give you some stuff. So even if you get ganked repeatedly, which is of course going to be tons of fun, you will still get some stuff, just not all the stuff that you earned and lost to someone else. All right. But again, there's no protected cargo. If ship's destroyed by any foe, cargo's lost, PvE or PvP. So you're going to want to load it up, stay alive, find an exit path, and get out for the most bang for your buck. All right. Yeah, we're getting 900 free vouchers every 3 days, which is 3 trips. All right. And you believe it or not, you can get more in the store. And there's some day 1 gifts. Now, the Apex Barrier Modifier. This was what they revealed as well. It's a new shield that's after isolytic damage and standard damage. And gives you further mitigation. Going to be very important with the new hostiles. Going to be important when doing some of this PvP. So let's look at that. It does not affect armadas, but it will for PvE and for PvP. All right. As following. There will be some PvP only barrier nodes in the mirror tree, which is in the research tree that we'll talk about. Again, this is going to help you grind further and kill more hostiles, which is important when you're doing this refinery grind. And there's a barrier node in the mirror tree. Hostile focused barrier refits, they're available down below. And a barrier prime. And it says barrier will not work on armadas. All right, so not going to be an armada thing, but PvE and PvP. Then we're giving a new mirror research tree, so you can see it here, and it's already in the game, and with the mirror symbol and everything. So they are going to be giving Apex Barrier for PvE and separately stuff for PvP, so you'll be able to research that. Ship efficiency, G4 through G6. There's some Sigma stuff for those of you who are up there. Isolytic defense and damage, that's going to be important. ISO damage, premium isolytic damage, syndicate XP claims, so that's cool, and PvP hostile combat hull repair. Now, sourcing this stuff is going to be common is going to be sourced via the mirror universe, meaning that's what you're going to get from a lot of your hostiles. Uncommon is sourced over time in the mirror universe, so it takes longer. Rare is sourced from special targets in the mirror universe. Epic is sourced over time, taking far longer from the special targets. And then there's a premium that is currently exclusive to events in-game and the store. So there'll be plenty of competition for those or pay for those. Here's a little picture of the tree, and you can start working on it. Now, they do say here, Mirror Research is exclusive to players who participate in the Mirror Universe activities, including 75 new research nodes, and is the primary source for the new Apex Barrier Modifier. You want that Apex Barrier, you're going to have to participate in these activities. And you're not going to be able to advance this tree if you're not participating in those abilities or those hostile grinds at the very least, okay? So look into that. Then they point out the new hostiles that they're adding in. And the new Apex Barrier Modifier will vastly improve the chances of defeating them. They are dropping the common and the uncommon loot, which was mentioned above in what you need for the resources. So you get these different two types of ships. The Terran Empire hostiles that drop uncommon will provide more rewards, but they will require the Apex Barrier, so you're gonna have to work on that and farm the lower ones until you get up there. All right, they are kind of neat looking. I like them. Once you travel to the system Mirror Hoven, then players will be able to obtain both loot types. All right, so there we go. We'll have to look at that stuff. Now the hostiles are doing these. They're doing these different techniques, dismantlement, which is they're increasing their damage if you're hull breached, deadlock, which is going to hull breach you for the whole of combat, and photophobia, at the start. If your hull breached, the ship increases its isolytic damage. So regular damage and isolytic damage. So isolytic defense and apex barrier and all these things are going to be important for lasting through this stuff. Now the Mirror Universe Refinery and Liquid Trellium. You're going to be getting these defeat the hostiles, collect the loot, get out through the rift, and you have this stuff. Then you can go in and exchange the raw loot for Liquid Trellium D. That can be used in the refinery to exchange for several things. So that's for vouchers to get back in and keep doing the grind. Mirror Dust, which is going to be needed for the Mirror Research Tree itself. Rift Keys for unlocking further and deeper into the Mirror Universe to get bigger and better loots. All right. We are going to be able to get the NX-01 officers through this process as well. Building your holodeck, working on the forbidden tech, and some token research. Okay, and we do have more officers coming in. They're noting they're going to be synergizing. We got Epic Mirror Picard. He looks like a badass. So his Captain Maneuver will increase your isolytic cascade. This is going to be new PvP big time again. And Carol Freeman is, we're gonna have to see some matchups and some theory crafting with people. So he's going to do that big time. And then the officer ability against players with Assimilate, he'll increase your apex barrier by a certain percentage, which is a good 10,000 and up for one round. So again, you're going to need your Dazak, or turns out after you get your free epic Mirror Picard shards, you can do rare Mirror Data, who, yes, he's got a captain ability, but most importantly, his officer ability is on the round against players. He has a chance to apply Assimilate to the player for 2 rounds, starting at 45% and going on up. So you're going to be using some combination of him or Dazak, and then going from there. And of course, whichever one you can get higher is probably going to be better, but this one's going to give you some synergy as well to Picard. So I think they look kind of neat. I like them. Let me know your thoughts on the officers and what you're thinking. And it says players will have the ability to start sourcing these officers in events starting weekend 1 on SLBs and things like that. We got new missions coming up. I'm just gonna kind of skim through that. Now, primes and buffs, some buffs, some primes in the Mirror Research Tree, research efficiency, barrier, isolytic. The universe refits. They're going to provide 500 apex barrier in PvE, but not PvP. So for the grinding, honestly, that pylum looks pretty neat, particularly to me. They did mention the Eviscerator over here, so they're going to have a skin for that to improve. And they have mentioned through Discord, at the very least, that the long-awaited and promised a month ago weekly event is going to start now on Thursdays for people to earn their blueprints for the Gorn Eviscerator. So that should start probably this Thursday. So we'll see. That's not too long from now, a couple days. Of course, we'll have a battle pass. We'll have some cosmetics. I like how they're showing the cosmetics so you can kind of see them, and even more in case you know which one you want to work for. They have some wallpaper. All right. And then they did some bug fixing. They're still trying to get that Kir Shara artifact, and good luck on that. So I'd like to see that happen. Anyway, keep fixing bugs because you keep making bugs. So keep doing that. So that's it in a nutshell. Looks like we're laying a foundation to build on, with the apex barrier being needed, the grind being needed, and probably lots of more. I would predict some kind of PvP contested type of events to get us going at one another. At least that's what it seems like to me. Let me know your thoughts down below. Remember to like and subscribe. Come check us out on Twitch as we try to sort this out on our weeknight, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Sunday streams. Saturday and Sunday are usually much earlier. And do some partying and hang out. So I look forward to seeing y'all over there, and hope you'll leave a comment, or at least your favorite emote, because that helps with the algorithm. Anyway, you take care, and cock-a-doodle-doo.